Hey guys, welcome to What Wears Watchin', the series where I go over whatever show, movie, comic, manga, game, whatever it is that I'm currently taking in. I discuss my thoughts on it, and I let you know whether or not you should watch it and why. So this week, I'll be talking about The Dragon Prince Season 2. So, oh my god, this show went from kinda fun to absolutely great. I have a whole bunch of thoughts, and I want to make sure I actually get to all of them in this video, okay? So stick with me. I plan on talking spoilers. Let me just say from the get-go that if you enjoyed Avatar: The Last Airbender, then you should watch this show. It's only 18 episodes at the moment, and you can binge them all on Netflix in like one day. So go do that, and if you've seen it, then stick with me. So, here are my thoughts. The writing improved dramatically since season 1. It doesn't even sound like a kid's show anymore. The character actions are far more realistic and believable, and there's some actual thought-provoking and profound statements made by some of the characters. And also, there's an influx of jokes for an adult audience. And all the other jokes that are not adult, they're funnier too. And on top of the better writing and humor, there's a lot of funny little references to other media, which is a ton of fun. I mean, I caught Sailor Moon and Lord of the Rings, and I'm sure there's a bunch more, so it was really good in that regard. Another way they really stepped up their game this season was the entire system of magic got way more interesting. They explained the whole concept of an arcanum, and then they had Callum learn to tap into the Sky Arcanum naturally. I was actually on the edge of my seat right before he was trying to do it. That was like so gripping. It was done so well. Oh, and Ezrin is much better this season too. He has to confront the death of his father and assume his role as king, and I absolutely loved seeing him mature so suddenly. It was actually really touching. They're also doing this thing where Ezrin and Ozymandias are mentally connected somehow. This is probably linked to Ezrin's ability to speak to animals, which they have not explained yet. But what they did explain was the backstory behind the Queen's death, which was great, as well as Viren's rise to seeing Xadians as the absolute enemy. I really like that we're trying to turn him into a sympathetic villain. Oh, and speaking of Viren, can we talk about Aaravos for a second? This guy is awesome. He has the same voice as Ko, the face stealer from Avatar, but with his backstory is like this all-powerful ancient mage. He reminds me a lot of Madara from Naruto. And trust me, that is a great thing to be reminding me of. I want more of Aaravos. He seems like a great candidate for final boss of the whole series, but I get this feeling he could also maybe be a good guy. It's really weird, but I love his character so far. Another thing, they definitely updated the animation from season 1. The art style is still the same, but all the movements are less choppy and more fluid this time around. And, of course, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet, we got dragons. 3 specifically. We got to see Thunder, the king of dragons, who was really cool, as well as that one flame dragon that attacked the city, and then the one in the final cliffhanger scene. That one was really cool, too. Oh, and I guess 4 dragons, technically, if you count Ozymandias. I also got exactly what I wanted with Soren and Claudia. They had the moral quandaries that I expected them to have, and I'm glad that it looks like Claudia will suffer some sort of real consequences for the dark magic she used to give Soren his body back. So, if you couldn't tell already from my crazed ramblings in this video, I very enthusiastically endorse Season 2 of The Dragon Prince, and I plan on watching Season 3 when it comes out. I recommend you check out the show too if you haven't already. I have been Beware. This is What Wears Watching. Stay frosty.